Okay, this video covers creating a MySQL database and importing tables in cPanel. Before we get started, there's a couple things that you're going to need. You're going to need the URL to access your cPanel. You can get that from your hosting provider. An example is www.yourdomain.com/cPanel. That's the norm, but you'll have to check with your hosting provider to find out exactly where to log in. You're going to need your username and your password to access your cPanel, and then you're going to need a Notepad text editor or any other text editor that you prefer. Once you get logged in, you're going to locate the database area of your cPanel. The layout may be different depending on your hosting and what theme of cPanel they have set up. But once you find the database area, you may or may not have all of these options. There is a MySQL database wizard that's included in some cPanels, and what that does is that walks you through step by step. It's the exact process that we'll be taking here, but since all cPanels offer the regular MySQL database, that's the one that we're going to use today. But before we get started creating the database, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open up a notepad, and we'll get it prepared for our new database. We're going to add the user, the password, and the database name itself. Okay, let's get started here. First thing you're going to want to do is create a new database. Now I'm going to call this one, since we're going to be installing a database for Power Viral Tweet, I'm going to name this one Tweeter. Okay, we created the database. You want to copy that down and pop that in to our notepad. Hit the go back button. Now what you're going to need to do is create a user. And down here I'm going to use Tweeter. And then I'm going to use the password generator. This is a personal preference. I like it so that when you double click on your password to copy it, see what happened there? It only highlighted the $ and the question mark when you use symbols in your password. It's definitely more complex and probably more secure. I just like the option to be able to double click on my password and get the whole thing. So what I do is I uncheck the symbols box, regenerate, and look at it, still gave me very strong. So now when I double click on it, the entire thing highlights. You copy it, and then you're going to paste that into your notepad. And this will come in handy when you need to add the username and the password and the database to other files in the future. Okay, so we're going to use that password. Tells you to make sure that you copy it and note it down, which we've already done because it won't show it to you again. And then we're going to create the user. Okay, now that the user Tweeter has been created with this password, we're going to go back, and the last thing we need to do is tie the user to the database. So since there's only one database in here, we're already highlighted on user Tweeter with database Tweeter, and all we're going to do is add it. Now we're going to set our privileges. First thing I want to do before that is copy the user and add it into my notepad. Okay. Now we can add privileges. Under most circumstances, for the applications that you'll be using, you're going to want to give all privileges to the database. Doing anything else is really more of an advanced feature. and then you're going to go ahead and make changes, and that's it. You just created your first database. Once your database is created, you're going to want to save this information. So you click File, Save As, and what I'm going to do is, because it's for Viral Power Tweet that I'm installing, I'm going to put Viral Power Tweet and then put database. So I know in the future this is where that information is. And there you have that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and create some tables in this database for Viral Power Tweet, and we'll show you how to do that. Go ahead and click on the Home button to get you back to the cPanel home page. Then you're going to scroll down to where your databases are, and you're going to click on My PHP Admin. Okay, now that we're inside, you see here it says here's your Tweeter database, and we're going to want to add some tables. You see here it says no tables found in database. Well, we're going to create some. So you want to go ahead and click on that database. If you have more listed over here in this left hand column, just click on the one that you want to use, and then you're going to click on Import. Now there's two different ways you can do this. You can either just locate the text file, which is usually has a .sql extension, or you can come over here. If you already have your file open, you can come over here, copy and paste the entire contents into this box and click Go. But we're going to go ahead and use the import function. We're going to browse to it. Okay, and here it is. Here's our database SQL file. Double click on that, it gets loaded up, and then click on Go. If everything was okay, you're going to see a successful message up here, and you're all set. You just created your database tables, and you're ready to continue on with the script installation.